Hey guys, the Explorer for Horror Boy 465 here. Welcome back to some more reviews. And today you're talking about Cloverfield. Now, Cloverfield came out in 2008. I actually remember when this movie came out. I didn't see it in theaters, but I think I seen it right when it came out on DVD. Of course, I was very young when I seen this movie. I mean, I would have been about 8 years old when this movie came out. But I did see this movie around when it came out. And I remember when I first seen it, I thought it was really good. Then, as you guys know, over the past couple of years, I was not a fan of this film. Like more recently, like this past year, I said I wasn't a fan of this movie because I watched it a lot, and I found it to be very slow paced. Found it to be having, for some reason, that I had a bad cast. But watching it again, to me, when I watched this again, it was definitely I had definitely a different opinion on it now. For me, this movie, probably the reason why I wasn't a fan of it is because it's not really, at least for me, it's not really anything special as far as found footage movies go. I do think that the New York idea is really cool, and the monster invasion through found footage is a cool idea, but the movie plays out like a typical found footage movie. The ending is a typical found footage movie ending. Um, but I will say this though: the action, the usage of CGI is done well. The atmosphere is done well. It really does feel like it's taking place in New York during a disaster, during an invasion of this creature. Um, I will say this though, I watching it again, I enjoyed the film, but I don't love the movie. It's kind of a typical found footage movie, but it it does have some elements that I enjoy, that I really enjoy. First of all, the CGI effects, they were done very well in my opinion. The main creature, which you can kind of see on the back here, it's pretty cool design, pretty cool idea of sort of taking the Godzilla movies and stuff like that and making it into a found footage film. And, you know, I like the idea of sort of when this monster invades, these spider crab creatures fall off of it and they start attacking people. You also have a really great scene in the train and the subway where it's really dark and they turn on night vision and all these spiders pop out of the tunnel, and just some really well done action scenes, scenes where a lot of explosions are going on, and then the characters are running through, and they're running through New York, and all kinds of crazy stuff is going on. I think that was handled well. The movie really doesn't have a score because it is a found footage film, so I really can't say anything about the score. There really is no score. Um, the acting around for this time when I watched it, the acting I thought was decent. Now I did think. Now this is something that really annoyed me when I watched this. The character he's been in, I forgot the name of the actor, but he was in Transformers: Age of Extinction, which was an awful film. T.J. Miller, Hudson. His character was pretty funny. A lot of a lot of comedy from his character was really funny. Um, Although he kept saying robbed the whole film. At least for me. Maybe it's just me, but and also my dad pointed it out too, and I was like, yeah, he says Rob a lot in the movie. Through most of the movie, he's going, Rob, Rob, run, Rob, where are you, Rob? And it kind of got a little bit annoying. Um, Now the Rob character did a decent job. Michael Stale, Michael David. I can't say his Michael Stahel David. Um, like I said, T.J. Miller plays Hudson, Jessica Lucas plays Lily, and Lizzie Kaplan plays Marlena Diamond. And let's see here, Jason Hawken, which is the Rob character's brother, played by Mike Vogel, and Beth is played by Odette Annabelle. And the storyline I think is pretty decent. It's pretty much about this guy named Rob. He's getting married. They're throwing a party. And during this party, the movie gets kicked into gear real fast. The beginning of the movie sort of builds up the characters of Rob and his girlfriend a little bit. Then we get introduced to the Hudson character. There's this party going on, and the Hudson character gets told not to let this secret get out, but he's telling everybody about something I think that Rob did or something like that. And of course, he was told not to do that. And then the news comes on. There's reports of a giant creature attacking New York, and the party gets interrupted by weird noises and the building shaking. They go out onto the rooftop. This giant piece of debris hits the rooftop. They have to get out of the building. They run out in the street. And pretty much from there on, the Rob character and his friends Hudson and a couple other characters are running through the city of New York trying to escape this attack from this monster and this creature, this giant creature. And there's a really cool scene where it rips the head off the Statue of Liberty and it throws it, and it's done in green screen, but it's done very well, where the head just falls down and it just skids across the road. Really well done special effects. This movie does have some really good special effects in it. And for being PG-13, it's pretty intense. Most PG-13 movies, for me at least, especially horror films, they're not really good. Ouija. Actually, speaking of Ouija, the new Ouija looks pretty decent from the commercial. At least for me, the new Ouija, which I think it was PG-13 Ouija. I think it was. I believe Ouija was PG-13. Yeah, it was PG-13. But the new Ouija looks pretty decent. Ouija Origin of Evil, which is also PG-13, but it gets a higher rating than the original Ouija. Also, the trailer for the second Ouija movie looks better. I mean, it just looks like it's more interesting than the first Ouija. Mama, not a fan of that. Oh, there are a couple of PG-13 horror films that I liked. Like The Grudge. I think The Grudge is a decent film. The first one I haven't seen. I haven't even seen Grudge 2 in a long time. I don't remember if I've seen Grudge 2 yet. Grudge 3 I haven't seen in a while either, but I do remember the first Grudge being decent. Believe it or not, I haven't seen The Ring yet. Which also, I know this is a little bit off topic of Cloverfield, but speaking of The Ring, just to give my quick little thoughts on the trailer that I seen for the Rings movie. It's called Rings. Looks freaking stupid. That's all I'm gonna say. Is that, in my opinion, if you're a fan of the Rings trailer, I don't even know if it's like in theaters yet. I'm gonna check. No, it's 2017 is when that's coming out. But if you're a fan of the trailer and how the movie looks like it's gonna be, like I'm not a fan of the trailer. I thought it looked like it was gonna be. It looks like it's gonna be a ridiculous film. Honestly, there's some ideas in there that were just freaking kind of, because I remember watching the film The Ring, and it was It was a very subtle horror film. But then when I watched the trailer for Rings, it seemed like it's more like action, not action, but like thrills. The scene I did not get was where it's on an airplane, and it's in the trailer, where they're on the airplane and the ring girl comes out and starts attacking all the passengers, and like, whatever happened to the 7 days plot? But after 7 days you die. But I don't know. That's Rings trailer. I just figured I would give my quick little thoughts on that because I don't think I've talked about another video, but it looks really bad. But like I said, the fact of this being a PG-13 horror film is pretty intense. There's a lot of really crazy moments in the film. I remember one of the scenes that was really effective was where, after the Hudson character gets pretty much his love interest, Mariana Diamond, Lizzie Kaplan, which, like I said, it's sort of a girl where Hudson was wanting to ask her out and stuff, but she ends up getting bit by one of the spider creatures, and when she gets bit, she sort of gets infected with this sickness. And when they get to this military base, there's like blood that comes down her nose, and when she gets behind this curtain, you just see her like explode or something. You just see her behind a curtain, and then it looks like her body just explodes, and there's blood that goes all over the curtain. For being a PG-13 movie, that was pretty effective. That was a pretty crazy scene. Um, the scene where, like I said, they're in the subway tunnel where it's pitch black, and they're hearing these weird noises, and they're even bringing up talking about like the Hudson character talking about Superman, and and that's what I mean. Like the Hudson character does a lot of like really funny scenes where they'll be in the middle of a situation, he'll start talking about some crazy stuff, and very very well done job by T.J. Miller in this film. Um, but you got that scene. You got a lot of really cool scenes where they're just walking. You see destruction everywhere, and when the creature shows up, it's a huge creature. It looks like the CGI on it is not that bad. Um, it pretty much destroys almost all of New York, and you had the ending where they get in the helicopter, they watch the army come in and shoot this monster, and of course Hudson's like celebrates like hell yeah, and then the monster just comes up and freaking destroys the helicopter, and they're freaking falling down. He's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, oh my god, and then the helicopter crashes and they wake up. Crazy scene where the Hudson character, him and another character try to get this. Actually, it's the Rob character's girlfriend and Hudson. They get the Rob character out of the helicopter, and Hudson picks up the camera, looks up, the monster's right in front of him, and the effects were done well. Really good special effects on the monster. The monster just looks down, eats the Hudson character, kills the Hudson character. The camera falls. They pick up the camera. They go to this, sort of tunnel. Um, and they're saying, to the camera, and this is where it got really like to the whole movie. I mean, it does have a little bit of shaky cam, but this was something that was really typical, where they get the camera and they're talking to the camera, and then they're saying, we don't understand how this is happening. If anybody finds this, and he says his name, and then his girlfriend says her name, and it really did feel like a typical found footage thing to do, where all the camera and then they're talking to the camera, which has been done a lot in found footage movies. And pretty much the monster stomps the bridge or destroys the bridge, and the camera sort of glitches, and you get the idea that the bridge collapsed and that they died. And then the movie ends. Now, like I said, the first movie, I don't hate it. I used to not be a fan of it. Even in the past, I didn't hate this film. It was just, for me, it's a typical found footage movie, but it does have some good things to it. The monster, the invading monster, sort of like taking Godzilla and making a found footage film, or taking, these giant monster movies and making them found footage. Pretty neat idea. But the way it plays out is sort of like a found footage movie. Some characters, they get knocked off, a lot of chasing, and a lot of shaky cam, which I can accept because it's a found footage movie, but there's a lot of shaky cam, which, like I said, it doesn't really bother me that much because it is a found footage film. And the ending, which is very typical found footage, but it definitely does have some good things to it, although I am much more of a fan of the sequel, which it gets a 7 point, I believe a 7.3. Yeah, 7.3. And the sequel to Cloverfield Lane I felt was more intense. It was, for me, the sequel was better because it had, even though this one had a good cast, I liked the cast of the second movie better. I like the acting of the second movie better. The second movie was very intense. It was a very slow build up. And did not feel typical. This one kind of felt a little bit typical because you have some elements in there that's been in other, found footage films. But I can definitely say I enjoy the first movie. I enjoy the sequel much more. I'm a huge fan of the second film, 10 Cloverfield Lane. But the first movie, Cloverfield, is definitely a pretty decent, pretty good found footage film. Now, I know this movie review wasn't really that long, but it's just, for me, Cloverfield is just a typical, well, not typical, but it's a little bit typical. But I think it is a good found footage film. There's just some stuff in there that I've seen in other found footage films before. But I like the idea of the giant monster attack found footage film, like a found footage film, sort of like a Godzilla found footage film. I love that idea. Um, the special effects were done well. The acting was decent. The just overall idea and then was pretty decent. But the film for me, it's decent. I think it's a pretty decent film. And yeah, so thanks for watching my review on Cloverfield. And I'll review some more sequels. Probably throughout the month. I'm not sure if I said this in the other video or not, but I know that I said that I had a lot of plans for the future. Like, I want to do the Horror Boy 465 Q&A number 2. I want to do some sequel reviews like ABC of Death 2, Sinister 2, which I have over there, Rosemary's Baby 2, and I was going to review the Troll film, Children of the Corn films maybe, and the Prom Night movies, which I don't know if I said that in the video, but I do want to review the Prom Night movies. That's probably like, all that's probably going to be carried out through months, like through the next couple of months, or maybe, I don't know, just in the future. Like, those are all going to be carried out over the future, because I've been very busy lately. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get all of that done in this month or next month, so those are just future plans that I have for the future that are gonna sort of play out throughout the months. So it won't be all done in this month and all done in next month. It'll probably just be all done throughout the months. So I'll review Troll and Troll 2. I'll review Children of the Corn franchise. I'll review some sequels I haven't reviewed yet. Prom Night franchise. Like I said, the Children of the Corn franchise. And I'll do all those videos in the Horror Boy 465 Q&A number 2. I'll do all those videos throughout the months coming up. So it won't be just this month, and it won't be just next month. It'll be just months. Like that's just my future plans for months, approaching. Like from here on to the next, months, approaching, I'll be doing those kind of videos. So all those reviews and videos won't be done in just 1 month or 2 months. It'll be carried out through several months. Probably I'll be doing a lot of other stuff too, so it won't be just sequel reviews and then those franchises. I'll be doing some gameplays and vlogs and stuff like that. But I just figure I'd say that because I don't know if I said it in another video, but it won't be just done in this month and next month. It'll be carried on through the months coming up. It'll just be done through approaching months, and all that I got scheduled to be done, the months coming up and stuff like that, and so it won't be all just done in 1 or 2 months. But anyways, guys, I know that I repeated that like 1,000 times. I apologize for that, but like I said, I've been kind of busy, so I won't be able to get all these videos done in 2 months. But decided to carry out that plan through months approaching. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching my review on Cloverfield. And later on tonight, I might do a review on Rosemary's Baby 2. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that, but I don't know. I'm not really sure I'm gonna do it later on tonight. But if I don't review Rosemary's Baby 2 tonight, I might review it tomorrow. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching my review of Cloverfield. And hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Bye, guys.